Okay, so I wanted to film right quick before it starts like really raining. It's kind of drizzling, but I think I can get this little walk around tour done. So this is a rose bush that was in front of the house. It was much smaller than this, but it was competing with a small oak tree. So I just dug the oak tree out. I didn't want an oak tree this close to my house anyway. But you can see how pretty they are. And there's one over there. But look at this one. When these start blooming, all of those are rosebuds. That's gonna be crazy. How many are on each little thing there? So these are pretty cool, and they smell really good too. But anyway, just want to show you guys that. So progress. Um, this stuff is still small, but the progress that I'm making is that I have blooms. There are blooms there. There are blooms there. I think this is world's smallest, but I don't know what color. I've grown world's smallest before, and it usually puts on a lot of little tomatoes in one spot. It's either world's smallest or Rapunzel. Can you see that bloom? There's a bloom in there too. This one didn't have blooms yesterday, but it's got them today. And I've got some peppers in there too. They're not doing much yet. But yeah, that's that stuff. Look how this squash is filling out. It's really filling out and really getting green. I really put some good fertilizer in there because they're getting to the point. Let's see if I can find one where it wants to make some fruit for me. Oh, there's one. Can you see it? The bloom hasn't opened up yet, but you see here, it's two actually. Those are going to be squash, so those are the female ones. So, whoa, I can drop the camera. They should open up soon. The beans have these are pinto beans. Anybody know if pinto beans are bush, or they must be bush because they're not growing very tall. I'll show you my other ones, which I know are pole beans. These are still putting on flowers and stuff, but they're all males. I haven't seen any females on this. Tassels are coming in on the corn. This one, the tassels are a little further along. It's kind of low to the ground though. I don't know. Whatever. This one is starting to look more like I know corn is supposed to look like. Get a little taller. But yeah, you can see how before you could see dirt in there. Can't see any dirt anymore. Over there it's getting similar. That's kind of filling in some more too. So let's go over here. Same thing over here. I got a mouse melon there in the middle. But check this out. This tendril way over here. This mouse melon. These mouse melons grow fast. Like they start climbing fast. They start moving fast. This is a pinto bean. It has a bean on it. It has two beans and flowers. These in here, you can tell these are going to be yellow squash. Those ought to be opening up soon. Those are going to be good. Corn's looking good. You can see certain stuff is lighter green than others. Don't worry. I put fertilizer in there. Those over there, for some reason, I don't think they're getting enough nitrogen. But I put some fertilizer in there. That should fix that. I do the same thing over there. Those are more yellow than I like. I'd like them to be more green. This is another mouse melon in the middle. You can see that tendril is coming way over here, grabbing on. This one comes down in here, comes up, and this is the same plant. It's coming all the way up here. It's almost at the second rung here. So those mouse melons, if you guys ever grow those, they grow really fast. Whatever this is over here, I don't know if this is a pumpkin or a melon. It's one of the two. Hasn't put on any female flowers, but it's got plenty of male flowers. But it's growing good though. It's grabbing on good. Grabbing onto the cage. Brussels sprouts got some caterpillar issues. It's not horrible. I'm not that worried about it. But I don't want it to get much worse than this. You can see over here, not much damage over there, but they must be on that particular plant. Oh well, they're kind of decimating this right in here. I see their little droppings, but I don't see the worm. He's somewhere in here. That's okay. I got something for him. Spinosad to the rescue. Let's go behind me here. Greens and stuff looking the same. I actually threw in some tomato plants because when these bolt, I'm just going to cut them off at the ground. I won't pull the roots because I don't want to disturb the roots of the tomatoes. But I'll cut them off at the ground. And later on, if I need to fish out those tough roots, I will. But the other roots, I just let break down in there. Here's another tomato I threw in, but I'm just kind of getting ready for this stuff to bolt. And then, like I said, I'll just chop it off at the ground. Same thing over here. Threw in a small tomato there. Small one there. Celery's still looking good. Greens are looking good. My mustards are bolting. There's a little, I don't know if you can see it, a little gnat or fly or something flying around pollinating that. So I'll get seeds out of that. You can tell this stuff is wanting to bolt. Look at how it's shooting up. I'm sure that one will be next to shoot up and bolt. I'm going to let all this stuff go. Because I got to make room. I'm running out of room, folks. Let's see. Can you see that little guy? He was flying around. He left. He saw me and left. But yeah, they're pollinizing. All that stuff. Pollinating, rather. I just make a word. But anyway. I don't know. Somebody tell me about chard. Does it go to seed? I don't know. If it doesn't, I'm pulling it. Over here, got a few melons in here. Got this mouse melon. Once again, I got about 4 of them in here. They're growing good. These beans, they're starting to get to the point where they have flowers. I usually just take those males off. Because the males, I don't want them to sap energy. You can see I got some pinto beans on here. More flowers coming. So, that's looking pretty good. Come over here. These melons, I put black cow in here. Black cow, cow manure. They love that stuff. I bought 3 bags of it because I was out. I ran out of everything I had. And I put tomatoes and stuff in here. This is just some volunteer poke salad that came up. I thought I had a pepper in here, but I don't. Just melons and tomatoes. These are some type of musk melon. That's Brad. This is my other watermelon. It's getting long. I'm going to let it just basically trail out over here, over this piece of wood and stuff. It'll be fine over that. Won't bother anything. So, ignore the weeds. After it gets through raining, I'm pulling all this up. I'm going to make some fermented plant juice fertilizer. Because I'm not buying any fertilizer, folks. Free is the way to be. So, got some pepper plants I planted in here. I'm not through planting these beds out. I've got 2 empty beds over there. These are all pepper plants. I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea what kind of pepper they are. I think they're loco peppers. But no, the leaves are too big. They can't be locos. Maybe they're Jimmy Nardello. I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? Then I got tomatoes over here. All these are the bush tomatoes that I grew from last year. No, they're not. They're not bush tomatoes. I think these are maybe Rutgers or Homestead. There's something. We'll find out. This is 1, 2. I got 2 pepper plants in there. Several tomatoes. So those are my new beds that I got going. Let's see. We're gonna head over here to the side. See how everything's doing. Guys, I broke my lawnmower. I gotta fix it. Maybe I should make a video on that. I broke the handle off of it. But it's all good. It's all good. So over here, this celery, for whatever reason, is just exploding. That one over there, this one seemed like it stagnated for a while, but I don't know if the roots just really took hold or what, but exploding. This cucumber here, it's moving over and it's climbing. Matter of fact, let me put this tendril around here. When I see curly little tendrils, I can't help but want to help them and hook them on for them. There's another cucumber down there. Hopefully it'll just climb up here. 2 more cucumbers. And then I threw some peppers. I got 3 peppers in there. I took that other celery out. Let's move on. Moving on. Moving on. I didn't poke holes in these containers, and it's about to rain. That's why they're closed. But this is purslane. At first, I thought it was the amaranth, but no, this is the purslane. And I am going to get this out of there. They're still kind of small. And this is the amaranth. Finally, a bunch of them came up. So, once again, patience on that. Chives, poke salad, peppers, all that's peppers. Lavender, big tomato. Got to get that out of there. It's a bush tomato. In here, all I have really going is a bunch of tomatoes, roselle, okra, borage. I got some other seeds. Cilantro, that one. I got some Cassapp banana seeds in that pot that I'm just kind of trying to wait on. I hope they come up. I'd like to try Cassapp banana. Be something cool to try. This stuff over here, guys, is looking pretty much the same. You just see the peach trees filling in, catnip. Everything's looking the same. Guava. I mean, it's growing. You know, you get more leaves on stuff. Looks like I might get some more oranges out of those new blossoms. Did you guys know that there was sweet nectar down in the orange blossoms, just like in honeysuckle, and it tastes heavenly? The things I figure out and find out. It's amazing. Like I said, everything over here is looking pretty good. The peaches haven't, I mean, they're, you know, they're gonna grow slow, but this catnip, it's gonna get some rain today, so apparently, so it's looking a little, but it always perks back up. I don't really worry about this stuff. All these tomatoes, some of these tomatoes I've moved and potted up, but you see I got to get these in a bigger pot. See that blossom there? I'm starting to get blooms. And something's been over here knocking my stuff over, because I know the wind didn't do that. This stem on this one's beautiful. It's kind of blotchy, but it's a beautiful stem. Same thing there, starting to get blooms on that. The parsley is starting to go to seed on me, which is fine. Got some dead stuff there. But yeah, I'm not gonna walk all through this stuff because it's all the same thing, just more leaves, just the peach trees put on more leaves. So back here we got our melons, and I thought this was a watermelon, but watermelons normally like try to grow straight up. Is that normal? I don't know. There's some little babies over here. These over here still aren't looking that hot. Cucumbers growing up nicely. These, of course, they're just climbing. I actually have one cucumber on that one that is pollinated in there. And every day I usually just come take off the male flowers, but it's got so many flowers. Like, it's ridiculous how many flowers. Let's see if I can show you guys this cucumber in here without killing myself. Can you see? Can you guys see it there? Cucumber. So yeah, that one got pollinated, I know. And once again, every day, all the male flowers that are closed, I just come in here and pluck them off because they're not doing anything. They're pretty much useless once they're closed. They're useless when they're open if there are no females, to be honest with you. But these are growing great. I don't see any more females. All I see is guys. I like the guys, but I need some girls. Alright, I think that's all the males I usually pluck off. God knows how many males. Over there, if you notice, I put cages on these back ones. Those cucumbers were getting tall enough to where now they're grabbing on and they're wanting to climb. So I had to get cages on those. I wanted to show you the potato flowers. There we go. Okay, pretty. Potato flowers there. Oh, can you guys hear the rain? It's picking up. I gotta hurry up. Um, the potatoes are ridiculously tall. It's like potato forest back here. I want my potatoes to, they're wanting to fall over. I want them to fall more this way than fall the way that they're falling. But yeah, I mean, what can you do? They just, they do whatever. If anything, I'd rather them fall out here and I could easily walk around them. I don't want them falling over on this. Which this can support it, but I just don't want this side of my piece shaded out too much. I mean, you know, that's it's pretty dark in there. But anyway, this cucumber here is getting pretty tall. Its tendril is grabbing a pea tendril, so I'm pretty sure soon it'll be able to grab onto this rung that's already close. But the good thing about the peas, I've got peas and flowers and stuff. See, here's a itty bitty baby one. And then I've got flowers all over it. I've got little peas all over it. There's another one. Here's another one. There's another one. I mean, if I just look, and yet you kind of have to look for them because they're green and the leaves are green. But I mean, you know, you find them. You find them, and they're on this one too. There's one there. I see one way over there. And there's, you know, down here, in there. I mean, they're just kind of everywhere. You just kind of have to look for them all over. I did taste one. I tasted two actually. The first one I picked off, it was a little bigger than that. I'm trying to find a size that represented how big it was. See this one here. I'll be honest with you, this one's, it's kind of like my size there. See, it's kind of, it's fat, but see what I mean? It's kind of fat that way. I'll eat that one. Those things are so sweet. So crunchy. And the mosquitoes. Two at once. God. Anyway. I had to get a cage on the tomatillo and the beans because these are pole beans. You see this long tendril? And what's funny is, I thought you had to train these things. No. Can you see how that wrapped around there? Thing does that on its own. That's pretty cool. The other one did too. This one's the tallest. It's way up here. But these are Great Northern. Wow, don't they make pretty plants? They don't have any flowers yet, but I think they're starting to get some down in there. But wow, are they pretty. On this side, just